It's just a show, I should really just relax. Buying food, if you don't know how to, then the terrorists win. Centron telling you things you should really know.
The American housewife
Should not be allowed
has a
to
more
vote.
important, a more responsible occupation. Wife, mother, laundress, counselor, maid, chef, purchasing agent.
Mistress of her own
All of
slave
these are
dungeon.
her duties at one time or another. If her income is limited, and most incomes are, it is her duty to be sure that what she has to spend buys the most in healthful, nutritious food for her family.
The poor don't get to eat.
Yes, she feels that she must buy wisely if she can. But just what does this mean?
Means that she's
What
buying
can she
food.
do
What
to
else?
be sure her money goes as far as possible? One of the first things she can do is just what this young lady is doing.
Shopping? Oh my god.
Shopping from a grocery list.
Oh wait, that's her hit list.
Using the list tends to eliminate so-called impulse buying, which is a great waster of housewives' funds.
There is no greater crime.
What is impulse buying?
Give us $10 and we'll tell you.
Let's take a look at Henry Slinkman. He's frequently guilty of it. Henry's going to pick
Slinkman!
up something for dinner. His wife didn't tell him what to get. Anything that looks good, she said.
So we killed the man and ate him.
Henry's been
He looked
working
good.
hard all day and he's hungry. What's more, he's hungry for something different, getting tired of the same old things all the time. That's it. That's what he's hungry for, oysters.
The classic
So
impulse
Henry
buy.
takes not one, not two, but 3 pints of oysters.
3?
The way
Oh
he
my
feels right
god,
now,
hang
he'd
him.
eat all of them by himself. Henry and his wife don't often eat cake.
Let them
Neither
eat
of them
cake.
care much for it. But tonight, Henry's really hungry, and this cake certainly looks wonderful.
I'm really hungry.
Henry knows he ought to have some vegetables, good diet, and all that, you know. What's this? Henry's
looks
never
like
seen
crap.
anything like this before. Looks good, so he'll take 2.
Slinkman, are you buying food that you have no idea what it is again?
Yes, Henry is guilty of impulse buying.
And will be
But how is
sentenced to
impulse
death.
buying wasteful? When Henry finished dinner that evening, he was sure he wouldn't be able to eat another oyster for a long, long time.
Because he's allergic to oysters.
And almost 2 of the 3 pints that Henry bought will have to be thrown away. Neither Henry nor his wife cared for the new vegetable. Most of what he bought will go to waste.
Slinkman, you idiot!
Henry and his wife tired of the cake long before it was eaten.
The cake, it seems, was a lie.
Henry found out about impulse buying the hard way.
Slinkman, I'm leaving you. I can't love an impulse buyer.
The housewife may buy quantities which are not economical for her family.
Man will never do that, but a woman
Here
will.
are 2 different sized cans of the same product.
No
The
way!
small can contains 16 ounces and costs 12 cents, or 75 hundredths of a cent per ounce. The large can contains 31 ounces and costs only 22 cents, which is 71 hundredths of a cent per ounce.
Wow, thank you for telling me what I can see right in front of me.
Shall she buy?
So she bought 12 cans of oysters.
The answer depends entirely upon the situation. If the food requirements of the family are great enough, the large can is the better buy, because all of it will be used. None will be left over.
Unless your family hates beans.
But if the family is small, the small can may be the better buy, since part of the large can would probably have been wasted.
A small, sexless marriage.
The right answer depends upon the requirements of the purchaser.
It is a matter of life and death.
Sometimes substantial savings can be effected by buying in case lots.
Yes, one huge box of oysters.
But this presents a storage problem that some people may not be able to solve.
The greatest question since what is the meaning of life?
It's wise to be sure the food is well liked by everyone before you buy
I
too
think
much
I got
of
the
it.
poisoned meat. Make sure you grope your lettuce.
Obviously, highly perishable foods are not suitable for quantity buying because they spoil too quickly.
Gasp!
When buying canned goods, be sure to read the label. The information on the label is much more reliable than the flowery language of advertisements.
And you're too
Some
stupid
labels
to
are of the
read.
descriptive type that you see here, giving the buyer some description of what is to be found in the can. Other labels carry a letter grade, which indicates the characteristics of the contents. The meanings of the letters vary with the type of food. Usually, the grade A indicates a fancier product.
It's so fancy it doesn't even know.
For example, these grade A tomatoes are larger, more colorful,
More
and less
colorful
broken
in black
than the
and
grade
white.
C, although both grades are probably equally nutritious and healthful. These are canned string beans, which is
Everybody
grade A
loves
and
those.
which is grade C. Here, the smaller beans are grade A because they are more tender and taste better. Here are grade A and grade C peaches. Can you tell the difference?
We'll kill your dog if you can't get it right.
Of course you can't.
You
Not only
moron!
appearance, but taste and degree of ripeness determine the grades of these peaches. The size is of small importance. The thing to remember is to read the label. Know what you are buying before you buy.
Like the different types of oysters.
Did you ever stop to think how many ways you could buy one kind of food? Dried, canned, frozen,
Cool as ice.
or fresh. It will pay you to analyze the situation and decide which is most economical for you.
Or just get a takeaway, hell I don't care.
Usually, if it's the season when the fruit or vegetable is ripe, it will be most economical to buy it fresh.
Or steal it.
This box of strawberries will cost about half as much in summer when berries are plentiful.
We need to show you the difference between summer and winter. You
As
see,
it will
summer is
in
hot
winter.
and winter is cold.
The season of the year has a tremendous influence on the price of most fruits and vegetables. The reason for this great difference in price is
Thomas
the
the
cost of
Tank Engine was
transporting the
transporting
food from a
50 tons
warm
of
climate
oysters that
where it can
day.
be grown in winter to the market, which may be several hundred miles distant. Different kinds of fruits and vegetables are in season at different times throughout the year. It will be more economical for you to serve the ones that happen to be in season at any particular time.
Unless you have a TARDIS.
You may find that you can save money by doing your own preservation of food.
Make sure you
Home
pickle
canned
your
food
oysters.
will usually cost less than commercially canned. And if the housewife's time is not too highly
Make
valued,
sure you have a man
this
to help
can be
you
a
open
saving.
those jars.
Frozen foods are the nearest thing to fresh foods available. They are convenient, easily prepared, and palatable.
Only they're
but they
not.
are usually priced higher than other types. This price is partially offset by the fact that there is no waste.
Ah, yes, frozen oysters.
There are various meats available to the housewife, ranging from the most tender, most expensive cuts
Oh yeah, look at all that fat.
to the equally nutritious but less tender portions of the animal, which are sometimes ground or chopped.
And looks like vomit.
At this point, the cooking ability of the housewife becomes highly important.
The wife, and only the wife, must cook.
It doesn't take much skill to make an excellent meal from an expensive T-bone steak. But the sign
Or
of an
have a
accomplished
huge
cook
mountain of
is
food.
an attractive and tasty dish made from less expensive meat. Hamburger,
Or roadkill.
frankfurters,
Made from rat meat.
even a well-prepared, well-seasoned stew is a dish a housewife can be proud to set before her family.
And get them a pizza instead.
The nutritive value of meats varies little with price. The desirability and small proportion of the tender cuts causes them to be priced higher.
Even if the beef is actually horse.
Milk is an important part of every good diet, but your attempts to economize on it may have disastrous results.
You could end the
Use
world,
the
you
best
fool!
grade of milk available to you. Disease may be contracted through drinking unsanitary raw milk. Now let's review the important rules for buying wisely.
1.
Shop
Go
from
to
a
a shop.
grocery list to
2.
avoid
Buy
impulse
food.
buying.
Any questions?
Decide upon the most economical quantity for your family.
Or whatever the hell's in front of you.
Check in your local market as to which form of food is the most economical for you.
And ignore them.
Purchase fruits and vegetables in season whenever possible.
Even if you don't like them.
Do your own food preservation when feasible.
Just in case the apocalypse starts.
Exercise your skill and ingenuity in preparing tasty and healthful dishes from less expensive meats.
Hide your corner cutting.
You'll find that keeping these things in mind will help you to buy wisely and stay within your food budget.
And if you don't, you're a failure, just like Slinkman. Slinkman!